Good morning, this is Frances from Yoga Glow Studio. I'm going to be leading you through about a 45-minute flow. If you have a block at home, just find your block now, and if you haven't, don't worry, you'll be fine. So just coming to start by lying down on your back, so you can lower yourself down. Relax the body down into the mat, and just come to the breath. Just deepening and lengthening the breath now. Noticing how you feel. You can always take a few exhales out through the mouth, letting go of any tension that you may be feeling. And our affirmation for today is all I desire is within me. All I desire is within me. All I desire is within me. So just tuning into this centering thought. And implicit in this affirmation is really that knowledge that you have everything in you to create fulfillment and success in your life. All the seeds of potential are there, of abundance. And sometimes we can face big challenges in our life, setbacks, or life can just turn out in a way that we didn't plan. And you can feel really overwhelmed and lost. But in every setback, in every horrible situation, do lie the seeds of transformation, of success, new starts. So really just tuning into this knowledge, especially if you're going through a really tricky spell in your own life. Just tuning into this knowledge that you are born with everything that you need to transform your situation or transform how you view your situation. And a lot of times we can literally transform our situations. So just deepening the breath now. Maybe engaging your Ujjayi breath. And you can maybe take a stretch up above the head, just stretching everything out. And then coming back with the feet, you can bring the hands over the knees and just start to circle the knees around. And perhaps looking at those things that support and nourish you, keep you strong and focused. And a lot of the time, we need to just go inward. Find that inner quiet and stillness, perhaps through yoga. You can lift the head up to the knees now and tune into that awareness and knowledge that we contain all the seeds of abundance. Bringing the knees above the hips now. Let's just bring the knees down to the right. Find a spinal twist. You can bring the right hand onto the left thigh and look over the left shoulder. Rounding the left shoulder down. And when you're ready, you can lift up using your core and come over the other way. Coming back up, you can bring the hands behind the knees and start to rock up. We're going to come up to boat pose. So just finding your boat pose, bringing the hands behind the knees. And here's a great place to stay. Rolling the shoulders back. If you want more, you can start to extend the legs. Reach the arms up. And breathe here. Really engaging with your ujjayi breath to help you stay focused. And release. You can always hug everything in. And from here, just making any adjustments you need to clothing. Maybe taking a sip of water. We're going to make our way into all fours. So make your way into all fours now. With the hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Setting up with that alignment. And when you're ready, let's inhale, shine the heart forward, tailbone rises. And exhale to round, contract. Inhale forward. And exhale to round. Last one. Inhale forward. And exhale to round. Good. And then coming into your thread the needle, we're going to reach the right arm up. Circle the wrist and then just thread that arm through. Bring the right ear to the ground. Left hand can reach forward or perhaps around the back. And just breathe here. And remembering today to make your practice a nurturing one, so you're not trying to really push yourself and strive to be better. Just find your edge without judgment where you're at now. Our yoga practice is a work in progress, just like our lives are. There's no hurry to get there. And when you're ready, releasing, pressing the left hand beside the face, reaching the right arm up and out, and releasing down. Inhale, left arm rises, setting the rest, and threading through. Keep leaning the weight onto the arm on the ground, the left arm. And release, right hand beside the face. Inhale, lifting up and out. And exhale to release. Good. From here, we're going to come up into our first downward dog. So just making your way up into downward dog. And you can start to stretch the legs out, bending one leg and then the other. Warming the legs up, the back. You can find some stillness here. We'll take 2 cleansing breaths on the exhale, opening the mouth and just letting go of anything you need to let go of. Big inhale, long exhale. And again, inhale, exhale. When you're ready, bending the knees, looking forward, just making your way up to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, lengthen out. Exhale. Inhale, arms rise. And exhale, palms to the heart. Just finding yourself in Tadasana. You can bring one hand, or perhaps both hands, onto the upper chest. Just connecting with the breath here. Maybe you can also feel your heartbeat under the hands. Have a moment of gratitude here. Really feel your power, your resilience, the gifts that you have been given. You have everything you need to deal with any situation that you may find yourself in. You can transform it. So transforming our mindset and how we look at our problems, our challenges is really key. Find that abundant mindset, that gratitude for the gifts you have. And when you're ready, you can open the eyes, bring the arms beside you. We'll take a sun salutation here. So inhaling, arms rise, Urdhva Hastasana, and exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, stepping back to plank. Holding your plank for a few breaths. Draw the belly to the spine, tucking the tailbone under slightly. Inhale to shift forward, and exhale, let's lower to the mat. Bringing the forehead down, hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale. Again, a little higher maybe. Exhale. Inhale, last one. Maybe coming a little higher up. Exhaling. Inhale, pressing up through table or plank. Making your way back to downward dog. Traveling to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale. Inhaling, arms rise. Exhale, palms to the heart. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, stepping back into plank. Shifting the weight forward and lowering down. Inhale. And exhale, making your way back to downward dog. Just finding a moment of stillness here. Drawing the chest towards the thighs. When you're ready, we're going to pick up the right leg and open up the right hip. Maybe finding some circles into the hip, or just finding stillness, opening that hip up. When you're ready, inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, stepping to the top of the mat. And from here you can drop the left knee down and just make your way up into your low lunge. When you're ready, inhale here. Exhale, twist to the right. We're finding a deep twist, breathing here. And then bringing yourself back to center. Palms to the heart, and find your prayer twist. So hooking the left elbow just outside the right knee. Draw the hands towards the midline of the chest. Drawing the right shoulder back. And releasing, coming back to center. And you can find your half splits now. So stretching out the right leg, walking the hands forward and lengthening out. Keeping that right foot flexed, drawing the right hip slightly back. And releasing. Let's plant the left hand, right hand up. Find your twist, shoulder over shoulder. One more inhale. Exhale. Inhale to look forward. Exhale to step to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale. Inhaling, arms rise. Exhale, palms to the heart. Good. So let's take our flow. Inhaling, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhaling, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, Chaturanga. Shifting the weight forward. Lowering all or perhaps halfway down to the ground. Cobra or upward dog. Making your way back to downward dog. And when you're ready, left leg rises, opening up the left hip. And sending the left leg back straight and square, looking forward. Inhale. Exhale, step into the top of the mat. The right knee comes down. When you're ready, inhale, exhale, twisting to the left. Breathing here as you really try and stretch the hands away from each other. And from here, finding your prayer twist, hands to the heart. Keep breathing here as you press the palms into each other. And release, hands down. Finding your half splits. Lay it. Good girl. Good girl. My dog wants to go back in the house, but she's going to stay with me. Otherwise she'll tap the door to come back out to me. Good girl, Leia. And from here, finding your twist, reaching the left arm up. And release. Inhale to look forward. Exhale, stepping to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. When you're ready, let's inhale. Exhale. Inhale, exhale, shifting the weight forward, lowering down, cobra or up dog, back to downward dog. Deep breath in, exhale, inhale, and let go. Inhale, lifting up the right leg, straight and square, flexing the foot, looking forward. Let's step to the top of the mat. Make your way up into a high lunge. So from here, just making sure the hips are squared off and then bringing the arms up. Inhale here, and then exhale, let's twist open to the right, just like we did with the knee down. And finding your prayer twist, hands to heart center. You can always drop the back knee down like we did before. Keep breathing here. And when you're ready, let's look forward and bring the hands down. You can find your twist here with the back knee up this time, reaching up high. Keep drawing the right hip back and keeping the left hip high. One more inhale and exhale to release. From here, we're going to just walk the hands round to the left. And you can find a forward fold. So feet are parallel, and you can just fold forward here, allowing the head to drop down. And we'll come back up to center. And this time you can just step straight back into downward dog. Good. 2 cleansing breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. And again, inhale. Exhale. Good. So from here, let's lift up the left leg straight and square. And step to the top of the mat. Making your way up into high lunge again. Just focusing your awareness on something that isn't moving in front of you. And just staying all the time with your ujjayi breath, finding that one-pointed focus and concentration. One more inhale. And exhale to open twist to the left. Breathe here. Hands to heart center. Find your twist. Drawing the hands towards the center of the chest. And then from here, release the hands down. Find your twist. Right hand down, left hand up. And release. You can walk the hands this way to the right, finding a forward fold again. And you can find any variation you want to in your forward fold. I'm going to bring the hands up behind me, open up through the shoulders. This is Cooper, my cat. Keep breathing. And when you're ready, you can release the hands down to the ground. Walk the hands up to the top of the mat. And from here, stepping back, lowering the knees down. You can find your child's pose. Stretching the arms forward, lengthening through the spine, and just allowing the breath to settle. When you're ready, lifting back up, making your way back to downward dog. So just thinking in your own life, what things support you and nourish you, help you to stay centered, and also help you feel grounded in the moment. So in that moment when we can go inward, make that connection to the higher self. That's where we can find the answers, the peace. So perhaps making a commitment to yourself to take the time over the next few days to create space for yourself, so you can go within that place of inner quiet. When you're ready, inhale, lifting up the right leg, opening up the right hip, maybe bending the left knee, dropping the hips and flipping for your wild thing, opening up. Otherwise, just finding your circles with the hips. And coming back over. And just making your way up to your high lunge again. Inhale. Exhale, open twist to the right. From here, finding your exalted lunge, right hand down, left hand up, looking over the right shoulder. And coming back to center and into your warrior two. Looking over the front hand, front heel in line with the back arch or back heel here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. From here we'll find our half moon pose. So you can always bring the block in here if you've got a block or a water bottle. And see about to come into this, if you haven't tried it before, see about using your core to lift the left leg. And start to draw the left hip open, engaging the glutes. Whenever you want to, you can just find the block underneath the hand. I'm just going to adjust. So just taking time to work out this posture in your body. So roll the left shoulder back, peel the left arm open. Maybe start to lift up. Reaching down with the bottom hand, reaching up, forward with the crown of the head, back with the back foot. Stay with your Ujjayi breath. Whoops. And if you're like me and you're wobbling out, just make your way back in. Keep breathing. And release, stepping to the back of the mat, finding your reverse triangle, reaching up and back. And then cartwheeling the hands all the way to the top of the mat. You can take your flow here, moving back to downward dog, into your chaturanga, lowering down, cobra, and straight back to downward dog. Good. Maybe shaking out the head, letting go of any final tension. And we'll pick up the left leg, open up the hip. Maybe bring it behind you, find your wild thing. And when you're ready, coming back over, stepping to the top of the mat, making your way up. Inhale, exhale, open up. Coming into your exalted lunge, left hand down, right hand up. And coming back to center and opening to warrior two. Just finding that same flow, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Getting ready for your half moon chaturanga. So when you're ready, just starting to really engage the core, draw the right hip back. Shoulder over shoulder. And release, stepping back, finding your reverse triangle, straighten the front leg, reaching up and back. And release, dropping your hands, the arms all the way down, stepping back, downward dog. You can drop the knees down and just lower onto the belly now. We'll find our locust. You can bring the arms out to the sides with the palms facing down, or perhaps interlink the hands behind you, making sure you keep the neck aligned, not looking towards the video, just starting to lift up. Staying with your steady breath. And releasing down, making your way back to downward dog. And we'll take lion's breath, a cooling, calming breath will be exhale through the mouth. Inhale, exhale, inhale, making your way up to the top of the mat, halfway lift, Exhale. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhale, arms rise. Interlinking the fingers, pressing the palms up. Really lifting up here, engaging through the thighs, the glutes, and the center line of the body. Inhale here, and exhale. You can round through the back like a cat shape, rounding through the shoulders, and then coming back up. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Just one more, just like this. Inhaling to lift up, roll the shoulders back. And exhale, rounding, breathing here. From here you can find your chair, bring the hands to heart center. One more inhale. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale. From here, finding your Yogi squat, Malasana. Dropping the hips down. Maybe bringing the hands to your heart center here. Keep pressing the knees open, using the arms. See if you can lift the pelvic floor. Just working a little bit with the pelvic floor here. Inhaling to lift up. And exhale, letting go. Just a few times in your own rhythm. When you're ready, from here, we're going to find our crow pose. So you can walk yourself back on the mat. Make sure that you've got something in front of you that's soft if you're learning, so you're not going to hurt yourself. Spreading the fingers wide and bringing the knees up onto the triceps. So if you're beginning, maybe just practice hopping on and off a few times. Bringing the feet together. And releasing, making your way back to downward dog. Big inhale, out the mouth. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, lifting up the right leg. And exhale, shift the weight forward, knee to right elbow. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, knee to left elbow, and you can bring that leg down. Bring the left foot so it's parallel to the short edge of the mat and lift up for your fallen triangle. And releasing the left hand down. Inhale, lift up the right leg. And exhale, bringing the right shin to cross now across the mat. Ready for your pigeon pose. Dropping the hips down. And you can bring the hands, the arms down, the forehead down. Allowing the breath to settle here. So just staying with your steady breath. And when you're ready, you can walk the hands back and just lift that leg up stretching everything out and releasing it back down to the ground. Second side, inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, knee to left elbow, shift the weight forward. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale to lift. And exhale, knee to right elbow, bringing it down, right foot plants, lifting up. And release. Inhale, lifting up the left leg. Exhale, finding your pigeon pose, lowering down. When you're ready, let's lift back up. You can plant the back foot, lift the left leg up and back, open up the hip, any movements you want to take, and releasing all the way back down to the ground. We're going to drop the knees down, and you can swing the legs forward. You just lower down onto your back now. Lowering onto the back, settling the hips down. We're going to find your Setu Bandhu Savangasana, so your bridge pose, walking the feet back in, just finding the fingertips on the heels. Bring the arms out to the side and just face the palms up. And then lift up and find your bridge. Maybe bringing the hands interlinked underneath you. And snuggling the shoulders a little closer together. Keep drawing the tailbone forward. Knees in line with the hips here. So even though you're working, pressing through the feet, squeezing and lifting the hips, trying to hug the inner thighs in towards each other to keep the knees on the same line as the hips. Trying to find some relaxation here. Breathing into the heart center. And releasing everything down. It might feel really nice here to just bring the feet wider on the mat, the edges of the mat, and just windshield wiper the legs, releasing your lower back. Slowing down the breath even more. And then from here, you can take any final shapes you want to make. Maybe hug the knees into the chest, lifting the head to the knees and rounding. Anything else you want to do to complete your practice. And then from here, finding your Savasana. Palms facing up. Allowing yourself to settle into the mat. Feeling the support and abundance of the ground beneath you. All I desire is within me. All I desire is within me. All I desire is within me. And now go within to that place of inner quiet. letting go of all control of the breath, the body, the mind, completely relaxing. Noticing if you're still holding on to any muscles in the face and just letting go. When you are ready, you can take a deep breath in and a long breath out. And again, inhaling. Exhale. Just starting to deepen the breath now. Finding some movements. Maybe circles of the ankles and wrists. And you can take a stretch out, reaching through the fingers, through the toes, stretching everything out. And rolling onto your right side. Making a pillow for your head with your hand or your arm, and just resting here for a few more breaths. And when you're ready, using your left hand to press yourself up, going all the way up to your seat. You can find a cross-legged position if that's comfortable, but any position will do. Bringing your hands wherever you feel comfortable. I'm going to bring mine one over the other onto the upper chest. Just connecting one more time in our session today. Feeling a sense of groundedness, connection, in touch with your inner strength and resilience. Feel a moment of gratitude for all the amazing things that you have, especially your breath and body. And when you're ready, you can just blink open the eyes or keep them shut for now, bringing the palms to heart center. Namaste. Thank you very much for practicing with me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or evening, depending on when you're practicing this. And I'll hopefully see you soon. If you haven't subscribed, please could you subscribe
Thank you.